Hello, everybody, and welcome to my latest session on mindful stretching. So, today I'm going to be talking to you about the importance of mindful stretching, why we need to do some mindful stretching every day. And I'm going to start with a little presentation, actually, just to make it a bit more fun. My name's Shamash, I'm author of Mindfulness for Dummies, and I'm about to open a funny presentation. Cool. So, hopefully, you can see that. Maybe you can't. Yes, you can. So stretching is important, and it happens in the animal kingdom. I was just thinking, stretching, is it something that us human beings do? But actually, animals stretch all the time. Cats we see often stretching, and I think there's a whole science to why cats stretch. But I found this picture and I typed funny pictures of cats stretching, and actually that's quite a good pose. It's a nice stretch to do. When we do these kinds of stretches, it actually brings an awareness to our body. And so it's a nice way to come into the moment before doing your meditation. Let me see if I can make the slide go forward. Do some gentle, does this work? That was a GIF, but that's not working. Okay. I don't know if it's sliding around for you, but it was for me. That's just a picture of a dog stretching. And actually, a whole load of different animals stretch, not just cats and dogs. I've seen that elephants are stretching. It's a cute picture of a baby elephant stretching out. That seems to be the same pose that the cats do too. It seems to be a nice way to stretch the whole body in the back. And something that looks like they're almost programmed to do. You just feel the urge and you do it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a yoga class or anything like that. Or downward dog or upward dog in yoga. I'm not sure. I'm sure that's a yoga pose. Obviously, that dog was obviously a yoga teacher in its last life. And this, I'm not sure if it's yawning or stretching, but anyway. But yeah, this was quite a funny picture. It shows all the animal kingdom of cats stretching out. Let's see a bigger picture of that. You got the tigers and looks absolutely freezing. Don't think stretching would be enough for me. Lion, is that a leopard? And the classic cat stretch. Is that called cat pose in yoga? I'll be curious to know that. If anyone knows that, let me know. And then here's the more formal thing about some of the benefits of stretching. So it doesn't have to be yoga, I don't feel, but it says here, injury prevention and less muscle soreness. Stretching before and after physical activities helps to warm up the body. Makes sense. Increases flexibility for sure and joint range of motion. Flexible muscles can improve your daily performance tasks such as lifting packages, bending down or hurrying to catch a bus becomes easier and less tiring. Improves circulation. I can imagine that to be true. Stretching increases blood flow to your muscles. Probably to your brain too as you stretch out. As the blood starts moving around, it probably goes into your brain, which helps you with the meditation too. Better posture, doing a bit of stretching, and also stress relief. So all the many benefits there of stretching. Do on this one. So yeah, I've been as I teach meditation or mindfulness every morning with our class, often start with some time to stretch. And I find it really, really makes a difference for me and for others because it brings you into the physical body. And the physical body, the physical sensations in our body are always in the here and now. They're always in the present moment. Our mind can often and easily goes to the past and the future, worries and concerns and all that. But the body doesn't think, does it? The body is just a source for sensations. And so it's guaranteed to be in the here and now, in the present moment. And so our breaking news main tip for today is just have a mindful stretch before you do your meditation. And this can be for you if you're meditating on your own. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could be just simply, going like that and having a little stretch and then just moving on one side and the other. Or shaking your body around a bit could be good too. All the way to doing, 5 or 10 minutes of Tai Chi or Qigong or yoga, all the way to the other end of the scale where you could, the whole meditation practice could be a form of mindful movement. So that's another kind of way or approach to doing it. So all these are different physical ways to bring the mind into the moment. And stretching, although it's like a preparation for meditation, when you're feeling really stressed or anxious, or your mind is kind of hijacking you and you just cannot seem to get a hold of it, mindful movement and stretching is basically the only way that you can access mindfulness, I think. Because of when you're sitting still, because your body isn't creating so many sensations, it's easy for your mind to kind of keep going off again and again. But when you start doing some stretching or mindful walking or any kind of movements like that, it's like you're turning the volume knob up on the physical sensations. And so it's easier for you to notice those physical sensations too. And so it's going to be more possible for you to be in the here and now. Let's see if there's any comments on this. Tosh and Brian saying hi. Great. So yeah, I think that's kind of my main tip for today. Some people are kind of quite scared about yoga or about stretching because they think, oh, I just can't do it, or I can't stretch my body so much, so I'm not going to do it. But you could just start with literally 1 minute or 2 minutes of simple stretching, and you could just copy these animals if you want and start with that kind of stretch. But if you could just listen to your body and see, okay, what stretch feels right for me today? What would be a nice stretch to do that would help to kind of stretch the muscles out, and I would actually feel good. And whenever you do something that creates a kind of a pleasant experience or a pleasant sensation, it's more likely to work for you, and you're more likely to stick with it, and you're more likely to enjoy it. So that goes both for stretching and also for mindfulness practices, and also all other habits. If you can do something where actually I'm quite enjoying this, or this is fun, then it's going to release a chemical in your brain called dopamine, the pleasure hormone, and it's more likely to be wired to become a habit for you. And if that chemical is not released, if you don't find it pleasant, then it will almost never form a habit. So to create these kind of new habits, we need to make it a pleasant experience for us. So with the mindfulness, do gentle stretching that you enjoy. When you do the meditation, maybe just having a little smile on your face, especially at the end, because that's when it really, your brain is taking note. Was this a good experience or not? So if you finish with a positive smile, that can really help to wire the habit. And taking small steps is so important. And I think if you follow personal development type stuff, they keep emphasizing it again and again. And some people are starting to get it, but it's quite hard for us, because if we always want to take bigger steps, or we want to make big change or transform very quickly. But if you know how something like compound interest works, I don't know if you know about that, but getting a small amount of interest day after day after day can build up to you saving up millions of pounds if you save regularly. And habits kind of work in that way too. They compound. If you just do very, very small positive changes, but you manage to keep consistent with it every day, before you know it, you can end up making these huge changes in your life. And that seems to be the way transformation seems to work for people, rather than just making one big leap or one big change. If you look at all these people who are really good at stretching and yoga and all this kind of stuff, they obviously didn't start out like that. It was regular practice, sometimes very small practices that they enjoyed. They did it again and they enjoyed it more, and they did more practice and more practice. And before you know it, they became yoga teachers or Tai Chi masters. But we forget the amount of practice that went into it. And each of us need to find what's right for us. You know, maybe you're not going to be a yoga master or yogi master or Tai Chi or anything like that, but maybe there's a kind of mindful movement or mindful stretch that you really, really enjoy. And if there is one, then you're very lucky. You found something that's going to work well for you, and then you can cultivate that on a daily basis and let that compound to become a habit of yours. Cool. Thanks for watching and for looking at my funny photos. And look forward to sharing some more insights with you. Feel free to let me know if you've got any comments or questions that I could answer in a future lives like this. All right, everyone. Have a good day. Bye for now.